love to start off with football, but I got to ask about the pet out.
Yep, that's usually the first question I'm going for. But yeah, Crocky J, that's him. So, when I was younger, I was kind of looking. It was around like Christmas time. I'll just get the whole story out. And I was asking my dad kind of like reptile. I was thinking like turtle, lizard, something like that. But, man, Christmas Eve, UPS guy came in, or it was the day before Christmas Eve, and he was like, man, I got to see what's in this thing. I've had to like incubate it for like 2 weeks at like the care package center. And we were at grandma's house, and you could see my dad and his coworker, they were kind of like snickering and laughing. So they knew something was up. He already knew. And so, I opened the box, and it was in a burlap sack, and it started wiggling around and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, sweet, like a lizard. I wasn't big into snakes, not a big snake guy, so I knew it was like a lizard or something. And then opened it up, and boom, about a like, say half a foot alligator shot down the hallway. Nana about fell over, so at her house, and it was awesome. So it's an alligator, but I got him named Crocky J. I kind of named him when I was younger, and we just kind of stuck with it since. So
how old were you?
Trying to think here. I was young, probably second grade, so I've had him for a little while.
How long do alligators live? I mean,
pretty long. I'm not too for sure how long it is, but I've heard it's 50 plus years, something like that. So
the alligator and you've grown up together.
Yeah, he's staying with me for a little while. So yeah, but we've grown up together, Crocky J. So
what kind of habitat is he in now?
He's in a big tank, so big enough to where he can move around, stuff like that. Yeah, he's all heated up, everything. He's in the room over from me. So yeah, all the friends and stuff like that kind of want to spend the night downstairs instead of next to my room.
So he's here.
No, he's not here now. Back home. Yeah, the room over next to me. Back home.
So what did that say about your dad giving you a gift like that? I mean,
honestly, he's kind of crazy. You want me to wait just 2 seconds? Sorry, I'm coming on over. You guys ever had that problem before? Helicopters flying over practice?
They time it just for right
crazy.
now.
Back in Indiana, you'll never see that.
Probably not in the practice.
No, definitely not. Yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I mean, you can tell our family's a little bit oddball out, so when everybody asks, what kind of pets you have, I kind of try to leave it out for a second until somebody asks about it. But yeah, you can just tell by our personality and stuff that we'd be the family to own an alligator. So
how's that translating to your playing style?
Honestly, it's kind of about the same. People are what brings out one versatility for me, and they hear about that stuff, and then they're like the long blonde hair, the running downhill. That's what I like to do. They're like, that would fit that kid. So.
Have you had any teammates express interest in meeting the alligator?
Oh yeah, for sure. Everybody hypes up about wanting to meet it, but they don't really, when I ask them if they want to come over and stuff like that, especially back home, they were like, yeah, maybe not. So yeah, I've had coaches and stuff before come in my house, high school coaches, stuff like that. They've all seen it, so.
How's the transition just, from Indiana to California and all that going?
I couldn't tell you, having family and stuff, it was hard at first moving from Indiana, to California, especially, leaving all your family and stuff like that, especially being out of school in Indiana before. But, I wake up every morning and I'm sending pictures to my mom as it's raining or snowing or something in Indiana, and, it's 75 and sunny, and I'm like, so showing her like that. But, just being able to come out here and have the opportunity to be able to run under Coach Kelly's offense, have the ability to get coached by the people that are here is just, a blessing of opportunity. And I knew when I was, it was super hard for me to leave because I had great coaches at Ball State, Coach New and Coach Olinsky, my running back coach, they were great coaches, but, I was going to miss the opportunity if I didn't, come out here and take it. So.
In the back of your mind last year and maybe the last couple of years, did you think, I'm a Power 5 back, I can compete there? Is this something you wanted to kind of prove to yourself?
Yeah, there's definitely something I wanted to prove to myself. At the end of the day, I like to stay, very humble. I don't like to go out and try to showboat, stuff like that. But, I was very upset when that happened, but I was very honored that Ball State took a shot on me. But my junior year, I had a bad injury and didn't get to play all besides
in high school.
Yeah, 3 games in high school. Didn't get to play all besides 3 games, but you guys should have seen me. I was wrapped up my foot, almost purple. I had a cast on the side of my foot trying to run, and it was a mess. And then senior year was my COVID year, and so nobody knew. The world just didn't know what was going to happen. And, you know, you were trying to run down the field wearing a mask over your, you know, like a pull-up mask, and it was just so hard, and nobody was allowed to visit and stuff like that. So, you know, I was kind of upset at first, but then I realized, you know, hey, I get to play college football. You know, it's a blessed opportunity. And, you know, I just kind of took it and ran with it. So,
what have you noticed just being out here? Have you noticed a jump up in kind of the defenses you're playing against, the defensive players?
Honestly, yeah, at the end of the day, it's a bunch of great athletes, you know, coming out to play. I would say if I was a freshman, trying to jump from that to the Pac-12 would be kind of a crazy jump. But, you know, coming in, this is my third year of college football, trying to more of a, like, learning different process kind of thing. But you can definitely see, you know, the jump of players, stuff like that. But, you know, also you could see in the MAC, too, there was a big, you know, expert of, like, players as well, too. So I definitely say it helped me out being in college already to be able to jump over to this level.
How are you doing with the terminology, learning the new offense, learning the new scheme?
Man, Coach Kelly, he's testing me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. No, but at the end of the day, you know, Coach Foss, you know, he's a great running back coach, played 9-10 years in the league. And, you know, being under him, you know, he makes complicated things easy. And that's a really big thing that's helped me out so far. You know, it's been 3 weeks, going on 4 now. And, you know, I'm getting there. Just trying to make sure I get every opportunity, you know, make sure I'm studying over my playbook, stuff like that, and, you know, running over film, everything like that. So it's definitely been a little bit hard transition, but definitely, you know, been a little bit easier for me to come on in and do that. So,
have any teammates in particular stepped up to kind of help you with that? Or
definitely, you know, honestly, you know, when you got a new guy coming in, a lot of people are like, man, you don't really want this kid coming in here trying to take your reps and stuff like that. But, you know, all the running backs have been just so nice trying to help me, you know, teach me. And they've all pushed me, too, as well, you know. Even guys, you know, that haven't even, you know, seen the field before that know the playbook. Oh, hey, you can't do that. Yeah, you got to do – and, you know, it's really helped me and coached me up. And really, so very thankful for those guys in the running back room overall. You know, they've really helped me step up and be able to, you know, complete my game a little bit better.
What are your thoughts on the depth of that group? Obviously, you know, TJ flashed a little bit there at the end of last season, and looks like there's, you know, formidable 1-2 punch at least.
Yeah, definitely. You know, just coming in, what is it, 10 or 11 running backs, I think, something crazy like that. So just being able to, you know, kind of last year I could, you know, kind of saw that they had some injuries, stuff like that. You know, obviously they had a great running back, Zach. You know, he's going pro this year, stuff like that. But, you know, coming in and being able to have that availability, that's one thing I've always learned in college football. Everybody's like, what's your best ability? And it's availability. You know, I've kind of stuck with that for a long time. So being able just to rotate those dudes in, you know, you have a dude catch out of the backfield, block, pass, you know, anything, stuff like that. Just being able to, you know, put the team first instead of, you know, like a one, you know, power back kind of guy. So.
Is this the biggest running back core you've ever been a part of?
Definitely. You know, there's some dudes. It's the craziest thing Coach Foss always says. There's 2 running backs. I'm right around 230, and the other running backs around like 227, 228. And we're not even the top 2 biggest guys. That's the craziest thing. But yeah, definitely the biggest group I've ever been with. You know, I'm super excited to see how
Who's
this
the
goes.
biggest, Anthony?
Probably Anthony, yeah. Anthony's a big dude, but, you know, you should just see the way he runs. You know, he just doesn't look as big, you know, as people would, or the weight, you know, kind of how he, you know, how you would see him, you know, stuff like that. It just his ability to be able to shift back and forth is just crazy.
During the offseason, we saw, I think it was a photo that the athletic director put up, you in the weight room with him. And, I mean, is the weight room, is that a reputation you got pretty quickly?
Definitely, yeah. That's something I've always tried to stick to my whole life. You know, growing up, my dad always pushed me so hard to be in the weight room, and very thankful for my high school too, coaches as well. You know, they really pushed me hard in the weight room too. But I would say right around like middle school, I started getting into that point where I had to train more of like an athlete instead of a weightlifter, because that kind of got to the point where you just couldn't overpower anybody anymore. You know, you had to really break down and get your agility and stuff like that. So that's kind of when I started to transition and stuff, and then, you know, just kind of took it from there. But ever since then, yeah, I've always been a big weight room guy. So.
Thanks, Carter.